welcome back to my channel. Today is flower letter day. This is the first flower letter of the year. I'm super excited about this one. Now before we get started, let me tell you guys a little bit about this letter. So this is going to be the Adelaide Magnolia letters. This is going to be a full collection. We're going to get 24 letters for the entire year. We're going to get 2 letters a month, and they did go up on their price just a little bit. Now it used to be like $12.99. I believe now it is $14.99. They did have a sale, I believe, back in December where your first letter was $1.99. So sometimes they do run little deals and stuff like that. If you guys are curious and you want to get on there, I'll put a link down in the bottom of the description. So this is going to be, like I said, the Adelaide Magnolia letters. So you're going to step into the Regency England, experience romance and redemption with the Adelaide Magnolia collection, a tale of society, secrets, and second chances. Now we will be getting probably some extras. We'll be getting postcards, maps, poster stickers, and more. And this is going to be like a Regency romance kind of thing. I thought that this was very interesting. I've always been interested in that kind of era, and I love Jane Austen and her books, and that kind of makes me think of like Pride and Prejudice and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get into this one. So okay, so let's open up our first letter. I was just going to kind of give you guys an up close of the back of the letter and the front of the letter, just to give you guys just a little bit of like what the front looks like. So let's open this up. I already did such a terrible job at opening it. Okay. So we have our first thing here. Now this says, "Dear friend, welcome to the Flower Letters. It's a snail mail subscription that allows you the experience of a thrilling story of history, mystery, adventure, and romance in a way you never have before. Over the course of the next year, you will receive a story told through letters, 24 stamped and sealed letters delivered to your mailbox. That's right, the old-fashioned way. Each of our letter collections features a cast of characters experience a significant event or era in history. You will get the experience through the story through their letters mailed to you twice a month for the entire year. So here's what's to expect. You'll get 24 beautifully illustrated and designed letters delivered to you twice a month for a year. You'll get 12 postcards delivered to you in the letters throughout the year, and several fun surprises included along the way. We are receiving the Adelaide Magnolia collection. Hope you enjoy this unique storytelling experience. Sincerely, Michael and Hannah Clark." Now, the back of this, I'll give you guys just a little bit of a close-up. The back of this is going to tell us a little bit about it. So Adelaide Magnolia collection is set in Jane Austen's England. The year is 1817, and Prince Regent is ruling the Mad King George stead. Miss Adelaide Magnolia Arden was once a sensational toast-eaton, but has since walked away from high society for reasons unknown. When her beloved brother falls in love with one of her dearest friends, however, events are soon set in motion that changes the isolated future Adelaide has resigned herself to. After his heroic campaign at Waterloo and an unexpected turn in his fortunes, Captain Liam Mason has spent the last 2 London seasons searching for the most enchanting lady of his acquaintance, but to no avail. When an unexpected opportunity arrives to visit the home of the lady in question, Liam is determined to make the most of it. But will the lady reciprocate? Annual incomes, ball gowns, and the latest scandal of Prince Regent are all London's high society concerns itself with. But if Adelaide and Liam were hoped to find the true happiness they seek, they must first face the demons of the troubled past. Ooh, so this sounds super good. I like this. This is giving off like a Bridgerton kind of feel to it, if you guys have watched that on Netflix. So, okay, we have our letter. We have super tiny writing, guys. So, it is 1 page, so that's good to start off with. And we have our beautiful postcard. Absolutely love this one. And on the back of it, it looks like they have written, I'm going to wait to read this. I don't want to spoil anything until we get to the letter. And we have a picture here. And this says, Mr. I can't read what his first name says, guys. It says Mr. Andrew, London, 1877. I can't really make out what his name is. The writing is so tiny. But this is a picture. Perhaps it'll tell us more in the letter. It usually does. Oh, and look at this. I love this. This is so much different than the last ones that we got. And of course, this is one of our postcards that they've sent us. So, okay, so let's get into the letter, and perhaps it's going to tell us what these two items are, and I will come back to these after we read the letter. June 18th, 1817. Dear Adelaide, I fear it has been too long since my last letter to you. I have been in London these past 4 months, braving the season. I'm not sure if you've opened any of my other letters, but if the fact that I'm in London comes to you as a surprise, I did invite you to Avery Abbey for supper 3 times before I left, which you refused. I would have invited you again if I had any hope you might come. I do wish you would divide your time more equally between Magnolia Grove and the Abbey, my dear. But you are just as independent and headstrong as Grandmama. I know how lovely it is down there by the sea, but it really isn't healthy for you to be so very much on your own. I worry about you, Addie. I miss our conversations. I miss your music, your laughter, your smile. Won't you please come home? I know, of course, that you have the exceptionally loyal Mr. Graham and his wife looking after you, as well as Grace and the other staff at Magnolia. However, I would be remiss in my brotherly duties and in my affection for you if I did not at least try to persuade you to come out into society again. In fact, coming out into society is the topic I wish to discuss with you. My darling sister, fear not, I have no intention of asking you to join me in London. I am about to return to Denver, however. Instead, I'm writing to ask you for a personal favor. I have met someone, a most exquisite young lady, Miss Juliana Morgan. I believe you know her from our school days in London. I am hopeful what I am about to ask will not only help rekindle your past friendship with her, but will give me the chance to win her heart and hand and make her my wife and your sister very soon. The favor I ask, however, will require you to leave Magnolia Grove for a time and to spend a great deal more time up at Avery, surrounded by more people than you have been accustomed to these last 2 years. Regardless, I beg of you to find it in your generous heart to consider my proposal. Over the past 4 months, I believe I have fallen in love with Miss Morgan. She is an angel, Addie, a living, breathing angel. I have never met a more darling creature in my 27 years. I have indeed made up my mind to try for her in earnest, but it is unfortunately proving more challenging than I hoped. As it happens, I am understandably not the only gentleman of the town taken with the Miss Morgans abundant charms. In fact, every gentleman from here to Bath seems to be clamoring for her attention. She is so sought after, in fact, that all of the mammas of Romeville have been pairing her last season to your own sensational debut, which is why I'm writing to you for help. I know if I can but get Miss Morgan's undivided attention for an extended period of time, she might be able to more clearly see that we are made for one another, that we could be truly happy together. I would not even entertain the idea that Miss Morgan not giving me encouragement. When I escorted her to the opening of the Waterloo Bridge today, she expressed a marked desire to see you again and to see Avery Abbey. She mentioned that her party would be leaving London on the morrow, but implied that an invitation to visit Denver and Harlan would not be unwelcome. You and I both know an invitation to visit Avery Abbey from myself alone would be highly improper. I would not dream of injuring Miss Morgan's reputation thus. However, if you, dear sister, abandon Magnolia Grove, temporarily, of course, and take up the role as mistress of Avery Abbey, you could extend the invitation to Miss Morgan and there wouldn't be anything improper in all of that. I would not ask if I were not so desperate. I know if I can but get Miss Morgan away from all the dandies and in devours seeking her hand, I might endeavour. And by her looks and hints, I truly do believe her as partial to me as I am to her. I do not think her the kind of lady to callously trifle with a gentleman's heart. Dearest Adelaide, sister of sisters, won't you help your poor besotted elder brother? Please say you will. Yours most affectionately, Phineas Arden. Then down here in red, it says that if you want to learn more about the words and phrases that was highlighted in the letter, you can go to flowerletters.com to the extended learning page and you can learn more. Now, I do know that right here where this says Romeville, that was his way of saying that this is kind of like a nickname for London because of all the mamas and stuff talking about their daughters and stuff. I do know that. And then we already know what Tawn is. We hear that from Bridgerton. And of course the season, which is where all the ladies, the young, I guess you could say teenager children, they called them children at that time, would come together and, you know, they were unmarried and that was a way for them to meet people and find beaux and just kind of come together and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So this picture, this is of her brother. And his name is Phineas Arden. I believe I'm saying his name right. It's a very weird name, but this is her brother. He looks kind of handsome. So I like that. And then this is a postcard. And I do believe that this is him writing to her. So it says Addie. This is a nickname that he has for her. My good friend Will Brooke did this sketch during the opening of the Waterloo Bridge. He remembered you from your season and thought you might like to have it. I think he, along with every other gentleman in London, it would seem, fancied you. For the record, none of them, not even Will, would have gotten through the front door if I hadn't been around during your season. Finn. And then down here it's just saying the source, which is the opening of the Waterloo Bridge, was by William Henry Brooke, June of 1817. So that's really, really cool. I really, really love that. That would look really good on something. But I like the letter so far, guys. Like, this is giving off a very Bridgerton kind of thing. So I'm super excited about that because I did get into watching that just a little while ago. So I am super, super excited about this letter. Is it going to top the last letter? I'm not sure because I really like the last letter too, but I don't know. I really like this first one a lot. So you guys let me know what you think about this letter so far. I know that it is just the first letter. But I'm super excited about this one. If you guys got any questions, just leave it in the comments. And I will see you guys back here with letter number 2. Bye.